Welcome in, everybody. This is game number one of our doubleheader versus Madonna University out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Madonna last year finishing third in the WAC. This year currently with a 14-11 overall record. Your Cougars are 6-12 on the season with a 2-2 record in Crossroads League play. Most recently, St. Francis went on an offensive barrage at Marion, winning 14-3 over the Knights. And what a huge game we had by Noah Frymuth, who was the offensive player of the week in the Crossroads League. Noah hit his first home run on the season. He was 2 for 4 with 4 RBI and 4 runs scored with a walk. So that's Frymuth, the junior center fielder from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Bishop Dwenger High School. Also having a big day at the dish was Mikhail McCowan, sophomore right fielder from Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger High School. Mikhail had 3 hits and 4 ABs, 2 runs scored, 4 RBI. So between Mikhail and Noah, you have 8 of the 14 RBI for the Cougs in that big W at Marion on the natural surface this past Saturday. On the bump here for the Cougars will be number 11, Anthony Miller, junior, 6'3", 227 pounds from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Northrop High School. Northrop, one of the top baseball programs year in, year out here in the Fort Wayne area. Transferred to us from Lakeland Community College. Anthony, with an 11.81 ERA, has 3 starts under his belt, just 5.1 innings pitched on the year. So Coach Dustin Butcher still being very cautious with Anthony, who had Tommy John surgery last year. They're saying now with baseball, Tommy John, the success rate from as far as the recovery from the surgery is just as good as the ACLs in football. So that's a good thing for Anthony. He's given up 12 runs, just 7 of those earned. 14 walks to 6 strikeouts. Opposing batters are batting .304 against Anthony Miller. Leading it off here for Madonna is number 21, Joey Puan, the center fielder. For Madonna, they have not played a game since March the 9th. And that was against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. They won it 3-2. Puan was 2 for 2 in that game with a run scored. Starting center fielder here in this game. Jalen Thomas, normally a center fielder for Madonna. He's a senior, and he is not in the lineup. Currently batting .293 on the season with a team-high 21 RBI. So Anthony Miller quickly up in this count, 0-2. Puan on the season, a .259 batting average. 14 hits and 10 runs scored. So he'll check that one just low in the zone for ball 1. 14 hits, 10 runs scored, and 54 at-bats with 4 RBI. He's walked 14 times, struck out 11 times, and he's 5 for 8 in stolen base attempts. 2-2's the count. Cougars have gotten many games in here at the World Baseball Academy so far this season. That ball's going to get away from Matt Vollmer, the catcher, over to Wolf. So the first out of the game's big strikeout for Anthony Miller. That's going to bring up Gordon Ferguson, the shortstop. Ferguson was 1 for 3 in that W against Mount Vernon Naz. Entering today, Gordon has a .275 batting average on the season, 19 hits, 13 runs scored, and 69 ABs. 2 home runs on the year with 15 RBI, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he's 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. First pitch swung on and hit to Brady Harris. Over to Wolf for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for the Cougs in the top of the first inning. That's going to bring up number 7, Frankie Luska, the DH. Frankie's a junior at 6 foot 205 pounds from Garden City, Michigan. went to Divine Child Catholic High School. Luska was 1 for 3 with an RBI in Madonna's last win against Mount Vernon Naz. First pitch by the big righty, and that will be swung on and fouled on to field number 2 here at the World Baseball Academy. 3 artificial baseball fields make up the complex. They're going to get a softball game in this year, and next year they'll really be able to host some softball games with a temporary fence that they'll bring in, and they'll get the holes dug for the artificial circle as well. First ball, so 1-1 now your count to Luska. He's the team's best hitter with a .397 batting average, 23 hits, 13 runs scored, and 58 at-bats, 1 home run, 9 RBI, 14 walks, 13 strikeouts for Luska, who's up in this count 2-1. Pitch will miss outside. Matthew Vollmer is your catcher today. Matt, a senior, 5'8", 175 from Kitchener, Ontario. He's a great presence here in the dugout, veteran presence, and splits time at catcher with Jacob Nagy. So Luska draws the walk. That'll bring up Nick Sykes. Sykes, the first baseman, was 0 for 3 in that game against MVNU 10 days ago. That'll be fouled off the backstop. 0-1's your count. Sykes enters today with a .281 batting average, 16 hits, 13 runs scored, and 57 at-bats, 2 home runs, and 11 RBI. 2 walks, 17 strikeouts, and he's 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Boy, this Madonna team, they sure can hit the long ball. 8 home runs combined on the season for the Crusaders from Madonna. 0-1 is your count. It's Luska at first base. Just missing on the corner. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Then Marion picking up a victory over Indiana Wesleyan yesterday, 3-2 on a walk-off hit by a pitch. Huntington University currently in first place with a 3-1 conference record. They're 7-6 overall for a strong Huntington squad. Looking at the Crossroads League team leaders and batting average, St. Francis coming in at number 5 with a .279 team batting average. Entering the doubleheader with Goshen College. I think that was 2 weekends ago, as that's going to be called for a strike. 1-2. The Cougs were dead last in the Crossroads League in batting. That was March the 8th, game number 1 of that Goshen series, a 10-2 win. That really helped propel the batting average, and since then the Cougars just been swinging a hot bat at the plate. Most notably, Noah Frymuth in that win against Marion. Count remains at 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. You look at a guy like the right fielder, Mikhail McCowan, entering today with a .267 batting average. I'm here to tell you, folks, he's had about 10 balls hit that easily could have been hits. He could easily be batting .400 right now. He's been hitting the cover off the ball, just at times right at the defenders. 1-2 your count. Tanner Gaff at third base, Brady Harris at short, Tony Bova at second, Harold Wolf at first. Vollmer, your catcher, that makes up the infield. Jack Harris. Jack also swinging a very, very hot bat for the Cougs. Jack has a team best .375 batting average. Ball hit to right field. McCowan underneath it for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first, scoreless. Here at the World Baseball Academy, Cougar Field.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Hey, let's clean it up now.
Here in the bottom of the first inning, on the bump for Madonna is Ross Rickle, a junior at 6 foot 165. He's a righty from New Baltimore, Michigan, went to Anchor Bay High School. How good is Ross Rickle? Well, 10 days ago in their last outing, he was the starting pitcher against Mount Vernon Naz. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, had 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts in 17 at-bats. Entering today with a 2.16 ERA, second best on the team, 16.2 innings pitched under his belt. A 1-1 record with 2 starts. He's given up 20 hits, 6 runs, only 4 of those earned, just 2 walks to 8 strikeouts. Opposing batters are hitting .328 against Rickle. So that's going to bring up Brady Harris, the leadoff batter for St. Francis. First pitch to Harris, ball in the dirt for ball 1. Brady was 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts in that 14-3 win over Marion this past Saturday. Harris taking over shortstop duties for David Snyder, who started off the season at short, the senior, no longer on the team. 1-1's your count to Harris. Snyder had a .381 batting average before rolling his ankle in the Concordia series. And that was the last time we've seen him. Rickle, off-speed pitch, falls in the zone for strike 2. 1-2's your count. Brady Harris entering today with a .194 batting average, 12 hits, 12 runs scored, and 62 at-bats with 3 doubles on the season, 5 RBI. Good eye there by Harris as the count's evened up at 2 apiece. Brady has 15 walks, 17 strikeouts, and he's 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Cougar second baseman Tony Bova leading the team with 8 stolen bases on the season. He's nationally ranked at number 42, averaging half a stolen base per game. We got a 2-2 count here to Brady Harris. Brady's from Muncie, Indiana, Cohen High School. Gets him looking for out number 1. Harris goes down looking. That'll bring up Jack Harris. Jack was 1 for 5 in the 14-3 win over the Marion University Knights out of Indianapolis. He was 1 for 5 with a run scored, a walk, and 2 strikeouts for Jack Harris. He'll take that first pitch for a strike. Jack entering today with a .375 batting average, 18 hits, 10 runs scored, and 48 ABs. He's got 3 doubles and a triple on the season, 9 RBI. Ball in the dirt makes it a 1-1 count here with 1 out. Harris with 9 walks, 14 strikeouts, and he does not have a stolen base attempt on the season. He's pretty much solidified himself as the starting left fielder here for the Cougars. 2-hop chop over to third for out number 2. So a good play there by Garbisic at third for out number 2. That'll bring up number 23, Tyler Prince, the DH. You always get excited when Prince comes to the plate because you know he's just going to battle for a good AB. Tyler does lead the Cougars with a .507 on-base percentage. He's 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts as well. He loves to steal bases here at the World Baseball Academy. Entering today with a .320 batting average. Prince in the win against Marion was 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored and 3 walks. So great eye at the plate by Prince. That one in for a strike, 0-1 your count. 320 batting average. He has 16 hits, 12 runs scored, and 50 ABs with 3 doubles, 14 RBI. His 14 runs batted in. That's a team best for Tyler Prince. 1-1 your count. Prince last year as a true freshman for the Cougs, he was a starting first baseman and was named to the All-Crossroads League honorable mention team. He, along with Noah Frymuth, that ball drilled down the right field line, just hanging up in the air a little bit, and that's under the glove of the right fielder, Renaud. So a 2-out double by Tyler Prince. Cougs with a runner in scoring position. Told you about Tyler Prince. He's getting good wood on that ball. That's going to bring up Harold Wolf, the first baseman. Wolf was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, a walk, and a strikeout in the win over Marion. Cougs winning it 14-3 over the Knights. Wolf entering today with a .306 batting average. These Cougs like to hit. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Wolf with a .306 batting average has 15 hits, 8 runs scored, and 49 ABs, 3 doubles on the season, 10 RBI, 8 walks, 8 strikeouts, and he's 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Harold last year was a redshirt for the Cougs after transferring. Short hop there to the shortstop. He'll come up firing. Ferguson for out number 3. So we'll head to the top of the second inning. We are scoreless. Cougs getting their first hit of the game here at the World Baseball Academy, Cougar Field.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest.
So leading it off here on the top of the second for Madonna is Noah Renaud. The right fielder, he tracked down that double by Tyler Prince, could not catch up to it in time. Another one as Miller goes up in the count 0-2. Anthony switches to the fastball, going to miss inside. So 1-2 is your count to Renaud. He was 0 for 2 with the run scored in that win over MVNU. He's a team second leading hitter, batting .392 on the season, but he'll go down looking for out number 1. That's strikeout number 2 for Anthony Miller. That'll bring up Alex Garbasic, the third baseman. He was 2 for 3 with an RBI in the 3-2 win over Mount Vernon Nass 10 days ago. Miller's really got it going on here on the bump, as that'll fall in for the first strike. 0-1 your count. Pitch misses down low. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Garbasic ranks number 48 in the country in caught stealing. Swing and a miss. 1.58 times per game he's caught stealing. He's 2 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Pitch misses upstairs, evened up at 2 apiece. Garbasic with a .317 batting average, 13 hits, 8 runs scored, and 41 ABs, 7 RBI, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 on the game for Anthony Miller. So Miller is straight dealing. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second. That brings up Stephen Parker, the left fielder. Parker in the win against MVNU. All he did was pinch run in that game. He'll check that first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Stephen Parker wears number 2. He's a redshirt senior outfielder from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Owens Community College is where he started his collegiate career. A .302 batting average on the season. 13 hits, 11 runs scored, and 43 ABs. Ball hit deep to center field. Frymuth chasing after it. That's going to short hop the fence. Big arm by Frymuth gets it in all the way to Harris, just on the edge of the infield. That'll be the first hit of the game for Madonna. A big double by Stephen Parker. Brings up number 40, Noah Moore. I got to tell you, Noah Frymuth, one of the closest things to Mike Trout that you're going to find in the Crossroads League. He can do it all there. The big center fielder. Can hit for power, average, can run. He's a starting defensive end on a state championship football team at Bishop Dwenger High School. Noah Moore, the catcher, at the plate. First pitch is upstairs, the big fastball. 1-0 is your count. Moore did not record an AB in that win against Mount Vernon Nass. He does have a .385 batting average, which is third best for the Crusaders. 10 hits, 6 runs scored, in 26 ABs. 8 RBI, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts for Moore. Miller up and in. 2-0's the count. Southeastern out of Florida, they're the number 1 ranked team in the land. Tennessee Wesleyan's ranked number 2, Faulkner at number 3, Georgia Gwinnett at number 4, and Westmont out of California comes in at number 5. 2-1 your count. So obviously the teams in the warm weather climates faring well here in the NAIA. Taylor University off-speed pitch gets them for strike number 2. 2-2 is your count with 2 outs. The 2 outs in this inning for Miller have both been strikeouts. Taylor University ranked number 22nd with a 16-4 overall record. Swing and a miss for out number 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Anthony Miller.
Hey, can we pick up our energy?
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the second inning. For St. Francis, 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 errors. The same for Madonna. So each team with a hit here in this game. The big double by Tyler Prince and the big double by Madonna's Stephen Parker. How about Anthony Miller on the bump? He's been outstanding for the Cougs so far in this game. 2 innings pitched. He's only given up 1 hit, has 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Oh, I think for Anthony Miller, we're going to have a career day here at Cougar Field. His strikeouts, he had 4 against Goshen. He also had 7 walks against Goshen, but his 4 strikeouts against Goshen is season high. Your batter is Noah Frymuth, who is cleanly shaven. No more Fu Manchu. 1-0 is your count. Frymuth, 2 for 4. 4 runs scored, 4 RBI, and a walk in the 14-3 win over Marion. A big Crossroads League victory here for your Cougs. St. Francis 2-2 in Crossroads League play, currently in 4th place. Mount Vernon Naz with a 2-1 conference record. Taylor 4-2, and Huntington University at 3-1. That ball ripped down the left field line. That will be a single. He's going to chug for second base. Frymuth's going to have to get down, and does. A leadoff double by Noah Frymuth. Frymuth is on fire at the dish. Great way to lead off the bottom of the second here for the Cougs. That's going to bring up number 25, Tanner Gaff. Gaff, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout in that big 14-3 win over Marion. 0 outs here with a runner at second. It's Frymuth. He's got wheels on the base pass. First pitch swung on and fouled off by Gaff. Tanner was the second Coug to record a home run on the year, and that was in that Goshen series, I believe. That was the 10-2 win where Gaff went opposite field, a grand slam. 265 batting average entering today with 9 hits, 7 runs scored, and 34 at-bats. Pitch will miss low and inside for ball 1. Gaff, 1 home run, 10 RBI, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts. Tanner Gaff, starting third baseman. He's only a junior. 6'4", 220 pounds. Had that big plate collision with Goshen's 6'2", 230-pound catcher. I believe that was Clinton Mosley, the third. Once again, it's Ross Rickle on the bump, number 28. Rickle's just a junior from New Baltimore. He's down in this count, though, 3-1. Rickle's given up 2 hits and has just 1 strikeout in this game. Remember, he started and pitched 5 innings in Madonna's win against MVNU the last time out. That was 10 days ago, the 3-2 victory. Big cut by Gaff. Count is full, 3-2. 0 outs and Frymuth in scoring position with Miller hurling on the bump for the Cougs. Nice lead by Frymuth. Off-speed pitch gets him as that fell right into the zone. Caught that inside corner. Second strikeout of the game there by Rickle. Brings up Mikhail McCowan, right fielder. Mikhail was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 4 RBI, and a walk in the 14-3 win over Marion this past Saturday. Another off-speed pitch falls right in there for strike 1. Mikhail, a 267 batting average on the season, 12 hits, 10 runs scored, and 45 ABs. A team best 5 doubles, 1 home run, 12 RBI, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts, and he's 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Another one. 0-2's the count to McHale. So Rickle, after giving up that leadoff double to Frymuth, is really starting to settle down here, up 0-2 in this count against McCowan. For Frymuth, they said in the Marion series he went back to his old batting stance. It's not like he was hitting the ball bad entering the series against Marion. Frymuth currently with a .242 batting average. He just wasn't playing like we're used to seeing Frymuth playing. McHale gets on that one and foul down the left field line. You can see now the outfield is really starting to thaw, so these balls just die when they hit the ground. Remember, our first game here at the Ash Center was back on February the 22nd. That's the earliest recorded collegiate baseball game in the city of Fort Wayne ever. And in that game, the ball was hopping in the outfield. McCowan gets plunked on the left shoulder. Great job there at the plate, taking that one. We got runners at first and second. For number 13, Tony Bova, starting second baseman. Bova was 1 for 3 in the 14-3 win over Marion this past Saturday. Bova, 306 batting average with 15 hits, 10 runs scored, and 49 ABs, 2 RBI, 2 walks, 14 strikeouts, and he's 8 for 9 in stolen base attempts. Over to the third baseman, 5-4-3, not in time. So McCowan is out at second on the fielder's choice. Bova reaches first. That'll bring up number 15, Matt Vollmer. Vollmer did not record an AB in the 14-3 win at Marion this past Saturday. On the season, though, he is batting .273, 6 hits, 1 run scored, and 22 at-bats with an RBI. He's got runners at the corners here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. A lot of movement on those pitches as that one's up in the zone for strike 1. Really freezing the Cougar batters a little bit is Rickle. Off and running's Bova, looking for his 9th stolen base of the season, and he will get it. Runners at second and third. 1-1's your count. Big opportunity here for Vollmer, looking to add upon his 1 RBI on the season. Ball in the dirt. Nice block there by the catcher, Moore. Frymuth will have no problem scoring from third. And you do not want to be on the tracks when that train comes through. Frymuth at 6'2", 230 pounds. Rickle delivers. Vollmer does a good job waiting on that pitch. The backhand by the second baseman is good for out number 3. What a play by number 13, Adrian Reed. Cougars leave 2 stranded as we head to the top of the third.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Welcome back, everyone, here in the top of the third. And what a start to this game by Anthony Miller on the bump with 4 strikeouts. Joining me right now is head coach Dustin Butcher. And Butch, I know you're slowly working Anthony in. He's had a lot of walks on the season, but he seems very confident and under control here in this matchup versus Madonna.
This is the best he's looked all year. Just consistent strikes. He's only going to get to 50, and then we'll bring him out, and then bring him back on Saturday, and just kind of challenge his body to recover. And I think that's a big thing for him, is just keep pushing a little bit and see how he can recover.
Coach, how about that W this past Saturday? 14-3 at Marion. 4 RBI between Frymuth, he had 4, and Mikhail McCowan had 4 as well. So
Yep.
a great Crossroads League win there this past Saturday.
Yeah, our guys from the first pitch, they competed, and we had a meeting, staff meeting on Tuesday, and it's kind of neat. The first guy to congratulate you is Coach Donnelly. So you definitely know that that's a big win when the head football coach is the first one to pat you on the back.
Absolutely. Here in the top of the third, that's Adrian Reed to lead it off here. Coach, once again, here in this game, strong hitting by Tyler Prince and Noah Frymuth.
Yep.
The Cougar offense now, the team batting average is 5th in the Crossroads League. And it was just like 2 weeks ago we were last in the Crossroads League, so it seems like the guys are really swinging a hot bat right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, we probably have one of the best hitting coaches, assistant coaches with Christian Gayday. He has done a wonderful job in just making our guys have an approach. And if somebody discovers him, I'm going to lose him. He's a stud. Guys really respond well to him, and he's just good, and he gets our guys just really into their back hip and into their legs. And Noah's been kind of scuffling, and then you just knew, law of averages, you just knew he's gonna come unglued, and he does. And Prince is just steady. I mean, just steady.
With Frymuth, they said he switched back to his old batting stance on Saturday.
It's hard to say with him. It's hard to say.
All right, Coach. Well, once again, good luck here in this series against Madonna, and a great start to the season, Coach.
Hey, appreciate all you do for us, Jeff.
Absolutely. Head coach Dustin Butcher there talking with you for a second. As that ball's ripped into shallow left field, that's going to be a one hop right in front of Jack Harris, the second hit of the game here for Madonna, and it goes to the leadoff batter, Joey Pwan. That's going to bring up Gordon Ferguson. And how about Miller picking up his 5th strikeout there against that first batter, Adrian Reed. Reed was 0 for 3 with a run scored in that 3-2 win over Mount Vernon Naz for Madonna. With 1 out, that'll bring up Gordon Ferguson. Runner is off. Vollmer's throw, and he gets him! Nice tag by Tony Bova, as caught stealing is Joey Pwan for out number 2. Well, that was outstanding. And, entering today's game, Madonna does rank number 8 in the country in caught stealing. So that's the 19th time this year that they've been caught stealing, and they average .72 per game. Nothing wrong with that. 2 down for Gordon Ferguson. Up in this count 1-0. Got to swing the bat on the hit and run, that's for sure. Remember, folks, last year this Madonna squad did finish 3rd place in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, a very, very, very tough baseball conference. Indiana Tech won the conference last year. Our neighbors here in Fort Wayne. Speaking of Indiana Tech, if you're from the WAC and you play softball, you're going to love their new facility. Oh, man. But last year, Madonna was 36-18 overall, 22-6 in the WAC. 2 outs here, a 1-0 count to Ferguson. Big Anthony Miller on the bump.
Shit, man. That's a long run.
Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Ferguson checks that ball outside. Gordon is a junior, 5'10", 197 pounds from Livonia, Michigan. Went to Stevenson High School. That ball is drilled into left center field. Frymuth trying to track it down. That falls right at the warning track. Once again, folks, this outfield is very soggy. So it's going to be hard for these outfielders to really get a jump on the ball. And don't expect the ball to roll too much. Third hit of the game there for Madonna. It was deep to left center field. Gordon Ferguson at second with 2 outs for Frankie Luska. Frankie's a junior at 6 foot, 205 pounds from Garden City, Michigan. They got a veteran lineup here at Madonna, but they are playing without one of their best players. That ball's drilled into right. McCowan on his horse, and that is gone. A 2-run home run for Madonna as they will take the lead 2-0. That ball was drilled. McCowan turned straight around and sprinted after it. He would have been able to catch up to it, but fence was in his way. 2-0 lead. For that big jack that scores Ferguson. Brings up Nick Sykes. For Ferguson, that's his 3rd home run on the season. And that'll tie him with Jalen Thomas for a team best. Thomas is the player I was telling you about. He wears number 15. He's a senior outfielder at 6'4", 225 pounds. Did not see him while they were doing infield. So I do not believe he's with the team today. Thomas hitting .293 on the season. That ball is a can of corn for McHale.
All right, let's go.
For out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Cougs with some work to do, down 2-0.
Let's hit.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the 3rd.
In the margin somewhere.
Anthony Miller now with 47 pitches under his belt. That should do it for Miller. With 5 strikeouts and 1 walk, did give up the 1 home run.
Let's roll at the top now. Let's go.
Come on, Brady, start it out, 20.
Leading it off for the Cougs will be number 20, Brady Harris. Brady struck out looking in his first AB back in the 1st. Still on the bump here, it's Ross Rickle. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
Come on, Brady, let's go, big. There you go. Here we go. Here we go, 20. Here we go, baby. Good. 2-0.
2-1, now your count to Harris. Folks, you want to make sure to get on the @SF Cougars Twitter handle or the USF Baseball, that's St. Francis Baseball, Facebook fan page where you can catch all the highlights from today's game and all the home games here for the Cougs. 3-1 is your count to Harris.
Come on, Brady, let's go, babe.
Brady with a .359 on-base percentage entering today. That ball is ripped into left center field. That will find the gap. Leadoff single for Brady Harris. Cougs now with 3 hits in this game. That'll bring the plate number 5, Jack Harris, who grounded out to the third baseman in his first AB. On deck, it's the sweet swinging Tyler Prince. Jack, who's a junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Bishop Dwenger High School. It's the same school as Frymouth. And he'll be plunked. We got runners at first and second. For number 23, Prince on deck, it's Harold Wolf. And coming out for a mound visit will be Ted Faulkner, who's in his 3rd season as the skipper for Madonna. He's a 2003 graduate from Concordia out of Ann Arbor. Assistant coaches are Mike George, Kyle Fedorka, Taylor Baker, and Jared Hagan. Your coach of the Cougs is Dustin Butcher, who's in his 1st season with USF. He's a 2001 graduate here at the school. Assistant coaches are Christian Gayday and Michael Edding. So we got runners at first and second with 0 outs. Madonna trying to hold on to this 2-0 lead. Madonna making the most out of their opportunities. Just 4 hits in this game. Off-speed pitch, the check swing is a no-go. He's safe. Ross Rickle with 38 pitches under his belt, giving up 3 hits, has 2 strikeouts. He's hit 2 batters, but has not surrendered a walk yet. Another off-speed pitch is a swing and a miss. So Rickle's not making it easy here on the Cougar batters. And it's coming with the off-speed pitches. Prince swings at the pitch on the outside corner for strike number 2.
Jackie, good secondary, okay? I don't want to. We got to make them.
0 outs with runners at first and second for the Cougs. Good eye down low. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. Prince once again entering with a .320 batting average, has a team best .507 on base percentage. 17 walks, just 11 strikeouts for Prince on the season. Cougars as a team ranked number 45 in the country in at-bats. They average 30.7 at-bats per game. Speaks to this offense. Brady Harris gets checked back to second. Not only that, but the Cougars rank number 40 in the country, holding their opponents to just a .252 batting average.
I got you, Jackie.
Prince, once again, waiting on the off-speed. Fouls it off. Count will remain at 2-2.
Fight, Princey, fight. Let's go. Fight.
Prince putting together another fine AB here for Coach Butcher. as Rickle steps off the rubber. World Baseball Academy now in its second year of operations. That's fouled out of play. Starting to get things put in like a bullpen, batting cages. Got a pavilion that just went up here in the center of these three fields. Like I said, they're looking to get softball started here
Good secondary, Jackie.
for the high school teams. Count remains at 2-2.
Keep fighting, Prince. You're doing a great job. Let's go, TP. Let's go,
Keep working, kid. Win it.
A 2-2 from Rickle. Another one fouled away.
Who's got me, boys? Who's got me?
So the pitch count starting to add up here for Rickle in the bottom of the third. This is game number 1 of a doubleheader. This will be a 7-inning game. So far, St. Francis has left 3 runners on base, Madonna 2. Through 2 1/3 innings.
I love it. Prime time pay-per-view. I'm dead. Keep going, babe. No one, 2-0, no one, babe. We got all day. We got lights.
Rickle once again has not given up a walk and has 2 strikeouts.
Come on, TP. Let's go. Win it, babe. Yeah!
Prince, that's another one fouled off. This is a marathon AB. Now up to about 8 pitches. After today, St. Francis will host Siena Heights this next Thursday. We'll have the live stream action for you. That one pushed right up the gut. And an unassisted double play by the shortstop, Ferguson. That'll advance Harris to third.
Come on, Harold, we need you, babe. Let's go, 4. We got one out there. Come on, babe.
Brings up Harold Wolf. Wolf, who grounded out to Ferguson, the shortstop, back in the first inning. That was the last at-bat of the inning. Swings at this first pitch to right field. Renaud is right on it for out number 3. So we'll head to the top of the 4th with Madonna up 2-0.
Hey, good piece, Harold.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Welcome back here in the top of the fourth. 2 runs for Madonna on 4 hits. 0 runs for St. Francis on 3 hits. New pitcher for the Cougars, number 24, Connor Adams. Connor is a junior from Noblesville, Indiana. Went to Noblesville High School, 6'3", 215 pounds for Adams. Connor, a 4.76 ERA. He has started 2 games this year. In 11.1 innings pitched, he's given up 7 runs, 6 of those earned on 16 hits. 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and opposing hitters are batting .333 against Connor Adams. Adams, the big lefty, face off against Noah Renaud. Big swing and a miss. Renaud has struck out looking in his first AB. 2-hop chop to Gaff. Comes up firing for out number 1. Here in this cold weather, sometimes the infielders have a hard time getting the ball out of their mitt. Temperature is about 46 degrees here in Fort Wayne. This is warm compared to what we're used to. First pitch is out. That's Garbisic. Fly ball to center field. Frymuth with the putout. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Stephen Parker. Parker, who had a double back in the second. Parker starting left fielder here in this game. First ball in the dirt. 1-0 is your count. Other action going on today at Spring Arbor at Huntington. Indiana Wesleyan's at Marion in for a strike. Bethel's at Goshen. And University of Cincinnati Claremont is at Taylor University today. 1-1's your count. 2-1 now. Leading the Crossroads League in hitting is Mount Vernon Naz with a .321 batting average. Spring Arbor, Grace, Taylor, and St. Francis round out the top 5. St. Francis batting at .279. 2-2 now the count. To Parker. St. Francis ranks number 3 in the Crossroads League, averaging 5.37 runs batted in per game. Ball drilled into left, right in front of Jack Harris. 2-out single. Parker's now 2 for 2 in this game for Madonna. Brings up Noah Moore, who struck out in his first AB back in the second inning. Taylor University with the best team ERA in the Crossroads League at 1.96. Mount Vernon Naz comes in at second with a 4.81. So just a little bit of a difference between 1 and 2. 3 earned run difference. First pitch inside, called for a strike. 0-1's your count. Big cut, 0-2. Adams looking good on the bump here for your Cougs. Runner's off as a hit and run right down the left field line. Harris picks it up cleanly in the throw. That will advance Parker all the way to third on the single by Noah Moore. That'll bring up the number 9 batter, Adrian Reed. For Connor Adams, last time out was on March the 12th against Cincinnati Christian, where he faced 20 batters, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those earned, had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Runners are at the corners. Marion Madonna looking to add to their 2-run lead. 2 outs from the stretch. Adams, first pitch, high and inside. 1-0 is your count. Courtesy runner for Noah Moore is number 45, Kyle Anoyle. He's a freshman, 5'9", 160 from Plymouth, Michigan. Beautiful pitch, right down the pipe for strike one. We're evened up at 1 apiece with 2 outs. Good block behind the plate by Matt Vollmer. 2-1 now the count. Adams trying to get him fishing. Adrian Reed enters today with a .235 batting average, 16 hits, 13 runs scored, and 68 at-bats. For number 13, pitch fouled off, leaving the count at 2-2.
Right here, T4, right here, baby. Get out of here, baby. T4.
Adams on the 2-2. The runner is off. Another hit and run on Mikhail McCowan. That's going to get past him in right field. 1 run will come home to score. They're going to send the 2nd run home to score. That's more. 2-run double. For Adrian Reed. Scores Parker and the courtesy runner, Anoyle. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Joey Puan. Had a single in his last AB, but then was thrown out trying to steal second. So Puan's going to pull it back for ball 1. First 2 batters faced. A ground out and a fly out. Since then, 3 straight hits here by Madonna. They now have 7 hits and 4 runs in this game. Good ball low and inside in the zone for Adams for strike number 1. 1-1's your count, 2 outs. Once again at second, Adrian Reed, after the 2 RBI double, just got over the head of McCown in right field. Madonna has gone deep to right field 2 times now in this game. The other one was a home run. Big 2-run home run by Luska, his 3rd of the season. Once again, Madonna's playing without their best power hitter. It's number 15, Jalen Thomas. Swing and a miss. Connor Adams gets his first strikeout of the game as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Cougs down 4-0.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Shot hits the post. And the center field to Luke Knipscher, shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
Lead it off for St. Francis, number 33, Noah Frymuth, center fielder. Takes that first pitch low in the zone for strike one. Noah, who had a double back in the second to lead off the second, hoping to do the same here in the fourth, down 4-0. Madonna 4 runs on 7 hits. That ball is drilled right at third baseman Garbasic for out number 1. It's going to bring to the plate Tanner Gaff. Gaff struck out looking in his first AB back in the second. Entering today with a .265 batting average. On the bump, Ross Rickle getting the start here for Madonna. Also got the start in their 3-2 win over Madonna 10 days ago, where he went 5 innings. In that 3-2 victory over the Cougars out of Ohio. 1-0 is your count. Ooh. Pitch inside, looked a little bit too inside. Called for strike number 1. Looks like Huntington beat Spring Arbor 8-0 in game number 1. Goshen's beaten Bethel 6-3. They're in the 4th. Huntington Spring Arbor, their game number 2 is in the second inning now. 3-1, now the count to Tanner Gaff. Taylor University set for a 4 p.m. first pitch. Ball hit right at the second baseman. This Madonna infield is solid. 2 up, 2 down brings up Mikhail McCowan, who was hit by a pitch in his first AB. Very good second baseman. And Adrian Reed, shortstop Ferguson, Garbasic at third, the first baseman Sykes. 1-0 the count. Rickle, 57 pitches under his belt. He's only given up 3 hits and has 2 strikeouts. For the junior pitcher, Ross Rickle. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. McCowan. It's called second strike. 1-2 now your count. Mikhail, a .267 batting average entering today. Was 3 for 4 at the plate. Last time out for the Cougs against Michigan. Against Marion, excuse me. 2-2 your count. Great victory for St. Francis. Ball in the dirt, good eye. McCowan was wanting to turn it there. The best ERA on the team for Madonna is John Bueckelier. We're heading to the top of the fifth. Cougs down 4-0.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Shortstop Gordon Ferguson to lead it off for Madonna. He's 1 for 2 in this game, had a double and a run scored back in the third. Luska on deck. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run jack. That first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Looking at the Crossroads League top batting average, Jack Harris comes in at number 8 in the conference with a .375 batting average. Another one in the dirt. 2-0's the count. Tyler Prince comes in at number 24 in the conference with a .320 batting average. Tony Bova and Harold Wolf tied for the 30th position. The .306 batting average. So there's your top 4 batters for St. Francis. All in the top 30 in the Crossroads League. 4 straight pitches. Puts Ferguson on first base with the walk. Brings up Luska. First baseman Nick Sykes on deck. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Ferguson, the shortstop, 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts on the season. Coach Dustin Butcher out there talking with the junior Connor Adams, the senior Vollmer. Ross Rickle with 63 total pitches, 39 of those strikes. Connor Adams, 24 total pitches, 15 strikes. Miller had 48 total pitches, 30 of those were strikes. Luska, the DH, lefty DH. He's only a junior at 6 foot 205. 1-0 is your count. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-0. Beautiful pitch low in the zone for strike 1.
Way to work on the pickoff.
Madonna with a .954 fielding percentage, 9-4-7 for St. Francis entering today. Two-hopper over to Harris with the 6-4-3 double play. That brings up Nick Sykes with 2 outs.
Come down, Connors. Go, kid. Keep out of the zone.
Yeah, he went around there for strike number 1. Nick Sykes 0 for 2 in this game. Flew out to right field in both ABs. Adams over to Wolf for out number 3. Cougs down 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Leading it off for St. Francis will be Tony Bova. Let's take another look at this double play ball here. Hit right at Brady Harris, flips it over to Bova to Wolf, the 6-4-3 double play. New pitcher, lefty for Madonna. And it's number 9, Joe Wozniak. Wozniak entering today with a 2.70 ERA. In 10 innings pitched, he's given up 3 runs, all 3 earned, 11 hits, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .275. Tony Bova, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd to lead it off for the Cougs here in the 5th. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Ross Rickle had 63 pitches under his belt, gave up 3 hits, had 3 strikeouts. 0 walks for Rickle. Has his team up 4-0. 2-0's the count. Madonna with 7 hits in this game. Cougars with 3. 0 errors so far in this game number 1 of the doubleheader. Bova up in this count now 3-0.
We said that, Tony. Yeah, Tony.
Bova taking all the way there. So that pitch was low and outside. Leadoff batters aboard for the catcher, number 15, Matt Ballmer. Madonna, it's like they're rocking some old school Milwaukee Brewer uniforms. Of course, St. Francis with the white button-ups have the Arizona Diamondback numbers, the SF on the chest. Solid white button-ups for St. Francis with the Crossroads League badge on their left sleeve. No badge for Madonna, just their Nike emblem on the front. Nice bunt laid down by Vollmer. And he'll be safe at first as that ball went right through the glove of Sykes. We have runners at first and third. That's the first error of the game there by Madonna. Justice Tussing coming into pinch run. Vollmer reaches first on the E3. Tussing now to run for the leadoff batter, Brady Harris, who ripped a single in his last AB. He's 1 for 2 in this game. Brady here with runners at the corners. Takes that first pitch for a strike. With 0 outs here, it's going to be a big inning for the Cougs. Looks like Madonna does have the American flag on the back of their hats.
Thank you.
Remember when we had Concordia here, they too had the American flag on their uni. It's definitely a nice ad. Remember, Concordia did not have a Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference emblem on their jersey. Guess it's more important here for the Crossroads League. Tusting's off and running. And he will take second base. Justice, he's now 3 for 4 in stolen base attempts. Nope, never mind, he got him. They got him at second. So he's caught stealing. Apologize, I just don't really have much of a view here from the dugout. Fence and players standing in front of me. 2-2's your count.
Were you an old school lead? Yeah.
One out with the runner at third. Harris with a swing and a miss for out number 2. Brings up Jack Harris. Grounded out and was hit by a pitch back in the third. First pitch in for a strike to Jack. 2 errors for Madonna. Now in this game. Sykes has both of them. Not sure where the first error came from. We know that Tussing bunt went right through his glove. Nice block by the catcher, keeping Bova at third. 1-2 the count for Jack Harris.
Come on, Jack, you need your 5. Go, Jack.
Harris with the 1-2. Got some swinging for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 6th, 4-0. Madonna on top.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here in the top of the 6th. Noah Renaud, Alex Garbisick, Stephen Parker here for Madonna. Renaud, the right fielder, is 0 for 2 in this game. Garbasic 0 for 2. Parker's 2 for 2. Parker's having a strong performance. New pitchers, Dane Hoffman. Hoffman with an 8.38 ERA. In 9.2 innings pitched, he's given up 9 runs, all earned, 10 hits, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opposing hitters batting .286. He does have a team best 8 hit by a pitch. So Dane with just a lot of movement on his pitches here. He's always high in that category. First pitch by Hoffman. Sidearm delivery. First pitch is in for a ball. Hoffman, who's been battling injury, said he's talked to him earlier today, said he's about 80%. As that pitch misses upstairs.
Yeah, baby.
2-1 now your count to Renaud. Last time out for Hoffman was against Siena Heights back on the 13th of March. 2 hits given up and 7 ABs. 1 run that was earned in 1 walk. 3-1 now your count to Renaud. So Noah takes first base on the walk. That'll bring up Alex Garbasic. Number 5. It's 0 for 2 in this game. That first pitch drilled into center field. Frymoose underneath it for out number 1. That'll bring up Stephen Parker. Parker is swinging a hot bat for Madonna. First pitch, a ball. Renaud at first has 6 stolen bases in 8 attempts. He and Adrian Reed lead the team with 6 stolen bases. 2-0 now the count for Hoffman.
Yeah, worked on those yesterday.
Hoffman on the season has given up 9 runs, all earned, 6 walks, but has 11 strikeouts. (2-0) your count to Stephen Parker, senior. Check that one inside. 3-0's your count. That's in for a strike. That'll be the 9th pitch for Dane Hoffman. That ball drilled into right at McHale for out number 2. That'll bring up Noah Moore, the catcher. Moore struck out back in the second, had a single and scored a run back in the fourth. Moore, a junior catcher at 6'3", 205. So that first pitch just misses for ball one. Renaud getting a nice lead there at first. He's not tried to steal yet. 1-1's your count. They get him out. That's second for the third out. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Cougs down 4-0.
Let's hit! Let's hit!
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the sixth inning. That was Noah Renaud caught stealing. To end the top of the sixth, leading off for St. Francis is going to be Tyler Prince. So Taylor University, so far the top team in the Crossroads League. They got a 4-2 conference record. They did take 2 out of 3 against Indiana Tech, but the next series they lost 2 out of 3 against Huntington. They took all 3 games against Grace. Huntington being led by Donovan Clark with a .318 batting average. Remember, Clark started off his collegiate career as a football player at Indiana University. Tyler Prince leads off here for the Cougs. First pitch is a ball. So Huntington with a 3-1 conference record. They won 7-6 and 2-1 against Taylor. They then beat Spring Arbor yesterday 6-5. Can tack on another win as they won 8-0 in game number 1 today. And it looks like they're down 2-0 in game number 2. 1-1's your count to Prince. Tyler 1 for 2 with a double back in the first inning. Did hit into a double play. There, flies out to right field for out number 1. I'll bring up number 4, Harold Wolf. Wolf 0 for 2 in this game with a ground out and a fly out to right field. New pitcher here for Madonna is number 12. That's Victor Mincati. Mincati with a 5.40 ERA. He's started 5 games, which is second best for Madonna. Has 25 innings pitched under his belt, given up 17 runs, 15 earned, 28 hits, 11 walks, 34 strikeouts, which is a team best for Madonna. Up in this count, 0-2. Against Harold Wolf. Wolf checks that low for ball 1. Mincati's just a freshman at 5'10", 180 from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Putting in some serious work to start off his collegiate career with the Crusaders. 2-2 now your count. Wolf battling back after being down 0-2. Outfield playing to the right for the lefty Wolf. Big cut, swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. Wolf thrown out at first. 2 up, 2 down here for Madonna. For Noah Frymuth. Frymuth 1 for 2 in this game with a double back in the second. Frymuth once again coming off that big performance at Marion this past Saturday. 2 for 4, 4 runs, 4 RBI, and a walk. Up in this count, 1-0. Second pitch popped into right field. For out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Cougs as we head to the top of the 7th. St. Francis down 4-0.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Welcome back here in the top of the 7th. It's Dane Hoffman still on the bump for St. Francis. He's got 1 innings pitched under his belt, 14 pitches. Just gave up the 1 walk. Leading it off for Madonna will be Noah Moore, the catcher. Moore had a single, scored a run. That was back in the 4th inning. His pinch runner, Noel, scored that run for him after the 2 RBI double by Adrian Reed. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. (4-7-2) for Marion, 0-3-0 for St. Francis. Both Marion's errors came from the first baseman, Sykes. Not sure where the second one came from. I know the first was on that bunt attempt by Matt Ballmer. The throw went right through his glove. Ballmer was safe at first, but then pinch runner Justice Tussin got thrown out at second. (2-1) your count. It's the senior Hoffman. That ball right off the end of the bat. Slow roller to Gaff, comes up firing. Route number 1. Matt Vollmer racing up the first base line. 1 up, 1 down for Adrian Reed. Beautiful first pitch to Reed, in for a strike. Adrian struck out in his first at-bat, then had the big 2 RBI double back in the 4th. He's in contention, if you're Madonna, for the player of the game. Playing a good second base as well. 1-1 your count. Of course, Luska, who had the 2-run home run, he's a DH. So you'd probably have to go with Reed if you're a Madonna fan. About to check out how many assists he has out at second base. Lazy fly ball into left. Can of corn for Jack Harris. Out number 2. Two up, 2 down for the leadoff batter, Joey Puan. Reed out in the field does have 2 assists and 2 putouts for Madonna. Of course, Sykes 8 putouts. Leads the squad. 1-1 your count. Make it 1-2 now. Juan is 1 for 3 in this game. Had a single back in the 3rd. Was thrown out trying to steal second. That one misses inside. 2-2 the count. Count remains at 2-2 with the senior Hoffman. Dane at 5'11", 180 pounds from Bluffton, Indiana, Bluffton High School. Beautiful play by Hoffman. Easy 1-3 for the 3rd out. We're ahead to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance here for your Cougs. Down by 4.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back for Madonna. The new pitcher is John Bueckelier. He's a redshirt sophomore, 6'2", 180 pounds, with a 1.88 ERA, a 2-0 record, with 14.1 innings pitched under his belt. He's got the best ERA on the team, 16 strikeouts, 13 walks, 7 runs, 3 of those earned. That's going to be a lead-off double by Tanner Gaff. Drills it into left center field.
Where's Nagy? Somebody run down. Nagy needs a swing.
That's the 4th hit of the game for St. Francis. Gaff roped that ball into left center. We see sports anchor Zach Groth out there with his camera on a tripod. I'm telling you what, that ball was hit right at him. Most likely will be on the news today. The 6 o'clock news on Channel 21. Mikhail McCowan now. His team down by 4. Takes that first pitch for a strike.
Good job, next man up. Keep it through.
Mikhail struck out in his last AB and was hit by a pitch in his first AB. He's 0 for 1 in this game. The new pitcher, Bueckelier, is from Dearborn, Michigan. Once again, 6'2", 180 pounds. For the lanky hurler. 1-1 the count. Make it 2-1 now to Mikhail. As Gaff at second. Checks all the way. That pitch up and outside of the zone. 3-1 now to McCowan. Where's number 6 for USF? Nobody holding Gaff on at second. McCowan swings right through the fastball. We got a full count now to Mikhail. Looking for some strong contact here in what could be his final AB in this game. Good eye as he'll draw the walk. First 2 runners on board for St. Francis. That brings up Tony Bova, number 13. Bova walked back in the 5th and reached safely on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Fielder's choice ended up being a 6-4, getting McCowan out at second. Ball hit into the gap. McCowan can score easily from first. Bunt pops straight up. I was just about to say, Bova has been solid all year long with the bunt, laying him right down the third base line, but that one popped straight in the air to the sophomore pitcher, Bueckelier. That'll bring up Jacob Nagy, pinch hitter. Nagy listed at 6'2", 230 pounds from Brunswick, Ohio. He'll be catching game number 2 most likely for Coach Butcher.
Cleveland. Come on, Nag. Go 1-2. Good for you. Let's go, Nagy. Find
that gap, baby. Find that gap.
Bueckelier had one of his prayers answered as Bova popped up that first pitch. 1-0 is your count to Nagy. In that 14-3 win against Marian University this past Saturday, Nagy was 1 for 3 at the dish with 2 RBI and a walk. He's a good one. 1-1's a count. Nagy entering today with a .265 batting average, 9 hits and 34 ABs with a double, 7 RBI. Pitch on the outside corner is a swing and a miss. 1-2 your count. Nagy 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. 1-2 is your count with 1 out. Runners at first and second. In this game, St. Francis have left 5 runners on base. Madonna just 3. And while playing way off the bag there was Sykes. The throw did go to first. He caught that ball about 6 feet behind the bag, or beyond the bag, I should say. 2-2 is your count. Really keeping an eye on McHale at first. Nagy battling at the dish. Fouls another one off the backstop. Two with 1 out. That ball hit off the handle. Foul territory for Sykes. He'll make the grab for out number 2. So after an FO3, we have the leadoff batter coming to the plate, Brady Harris, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He had a single back in the 3rd. Nick Sykes, he's a utility player, the first baseman. He's only a sophomore at 6'1", 200 from Livonia, Michigan. First pitch, and that's a can of corn for Garbisic at third base. So Madonna will take game number 1, 4-0 against your Cougars. So the Cougars will leave 2 stranded. Madonna with 4 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and it's highlighted by the big 2-run home run by Frankie Luska. Cougars 0 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. We'll have game number 2 for you shortly.